Hei mine beste venner, i dag skal vi finne ut av noe jeg har lurt på jævlig lenge. Hvilket land i Skandinavia er best? Jeg vet jo hvilket land som er best. Men gjør dere det? Dere har en sjanse til å si riktig. Norge! Riktig. Gus One The Go har laget en video. Which Scandinavian country is the best? Og den skal vi se på. Er vi enige? Jeg bør faen meg være enige, men først ding ding ding, saftig. Hva har forresten du gjort i dag? Kommenter det i kommentarfeltet.
Welcome to Scandinavia.
In Sweden.
Ikke nevn Sweden engang.
Which Scandinavian country is the best?
Det lurer jeg jævlig på, og hvorfor viser dere et dansk flagg?
Scandinavia, Vikings, right?
Viking hiking!
The meaning of Scandinavia is a group of countries in Northern Europe that includes Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. Sometimes also Finland. Welcome to Finland, Iceland, and the amazing Faroe Islands.
Hæ? Hva faen er det for et sted? Faraoøyene? Er ikke det i Egypt?
Velkommen til Førja!
You could also say Greenland, which technically is Danish territory.
Nå skjønner jeg ingenting her.
Ayungitsunik, biguma, asikanik, hisabakit.
Abakatak, swakablak, jlikblokbak. Vet du hva jeg sa der? Norge er best. Kommenter det. Norge, 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 Norge. Ding, 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 saftig.
Let's compare the Scandinavian countries a bit. In the geographic region of Scandinavia, there are 3 countries. Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. I have been to both Norway and Sweden more than 20 times each.
Og du skjønner hvilket land som er best.
And here are some of the differences between Denmark and these two. But I, as a Scandinavian person, feel strange about letting out Finland completely.
Finland, det er greit. The Dudesons kommer derfra, og det er gøy å se på.
We all have different flags, passports, official languages, and written standards.
Flæskesteik.
For et tullespråk. Det er mye lettere å si fleskesteik i stedet for fleskesteik. Hvordan uttaler man den A-en der? Fleskesteik.
Denmark we say flæskesteik.
Nei, i Danmark sier det fleskesteik.
All Scandinavian countries are peaceful and safe and recommendable to live in. You will find mostly kind and caring people in all countries. But it's easier to spot here in the summer though.
If you come here in summer, you will be seeing happy people.
Han ser ikke glad ut.
1. Size.
Ser stort Norge.
Denmark is tiny if you don't count Greenland. Sweden is massive, but no one lives in the north.
Riktig.
Norway is in between, but they got the fjords, so they are happy anyway.
Se på det vakre landet der.
Finland is big and has lots of lakes. And
det har Nei.
2. Population. All our Scandinavian cultures are cold in the meaning that you don't make friends easily.
Det kan stemme.
Lots of people dislike to have to engage in conversations with strangers.
Riktig.
Denmark is a bit more like the Netherlands.
Og hva betyr det? La oss høre.
Welkom in Nederland.
Have no mountains, plain areas, are more liberal, attitudes are tad more European, and it's a little warmer.
Ja, du kan si at kanskje dansker er mer velkommelige når det kommer til landet. Men du skjønner jo faen ikke når noen kommer opp til deg og sier «Hei, mitt navn er Jonis, og hvor gang vi kom til dere?» Da er det mye lettere å forstå. Hei, velkommen til Norge.
Danes are socially open and friendly, and English is a breeze for most Danish people.
Hei.
Danes eat real lunch.
Hva faen skal det bety? Vi spiser ekte mat i Norge også.
Norwegian people are the most outdoor people. They mostly eat sandwiches for lunch brought from home.
Det er bare bullshit, vet du hva jeg spiser til frokost? Jeg har en skål, kjører opp i en liter melk, litt cornflakes, jævlig mye sånn der Nesquik-kuler, en kilo med mass gainer, rører rundt, chugger ned.
And then out in the nature.
Og etter det så tar jeg 300 push-ups.
And they speak in a manner whereby it's impossible to sound angry.
Jeg kommer fra Norge.
Det går jo an å høre sur ut på norsk også.
Norwegians are probably the most easygoing people.
Kaller du oss lette på tråden da? Fy faen.
Sweden is the largest of the countries, which means that the south is the same as Denmark.
Also the flag is like a mix between the Swedish flag and the Danish flag.
The flag of Scania.
Scania, det er jo en lastebil. Scania? Faen, det gøy det hadde vært å ha lastebiler. Jeg skal ned på Kiwi og handle meg energidrikk. Tar jeg bare lastebilen og parkerer der. Tar opp 30 parkeringsplasser.
Swedes can be introverted and hard to get close to.
Det ikke det at det vanskelig å komme nærme, det bare fordi vi ikke vil.
On the other hand, they are almost never superficial or false. They are also extremely honest, compassionate and humble. 87% of Denmark's population
Det Danmark?
is of Danish descent.
83% of Norway's population is of Norwegian descent.
Riktig, norsk.
And 80% of Sweden's population is of Swedish descent. Sweden has the highest number of immigrants and Denmark has the lowest. 3. Prices. Norway is really expensive. The prices are staggering for everything.
Det fordi vi faen så rike. Vi kan kjøpe hele Sverige om vi vil. Vi kan kjøpe hele Sverige, vi kan kjøpe hele Sverige, vi kan kjøpe hele Sverige om vi vil. Ding, 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 safted.
Norwegians think Sweden is cheap. No foreigner thinks that. Denmark is...
Vi går til Sverige for å kjøpe bacon og caprisonne. Jeg er tørst.
more expensive than Sweden, but not on the level of Norway. Finland is around the same as Denmark, maybe a bit more expensive. In Sweden and Denmark, taxes are high, but cost of living not as bad as in Norway. Denmark, Finland and Sweden are members of EU. Norway is...
EU, medlem EU!
In Norway, you can buy alcohol at Vinmonopolet.
In Sweden, it's called Systembolaget, the corporation of the system for everything except pretty weak beer. In Denmark, you can buy it almost anywhere.
Norwegians buy their alcohol in Sweden, Swedes in Denmark, and Danes in Germany.
Nei, jeg kjøpte alkohol i Danmark også. Der kan du gå inn på bensinstasjonen og kjøpe deg en liter med Jägermeister.
5. Food.
40
is Norway's national dish and a glimpse into the country's agrarian past.
Porrikål, det er jo faen meg Grandiosa som er... Det her vet han ingenting om.
It's a simple stew made with lamb, cabbage, black peppercorns, salt and water. The national dish of Denmark is stekt flesk med persillesauce.
Jævlig spesifikt. Stekt flesk med persillesauce. Hvordan er det du skriver det? Stekt flesk med persillesauce.
Sweden's national dish is meat.
Det må være drit. Sveriges nasjonalrett er bæsj.
IKEA meatballs. Anyway, so good. The Swedish national dish consists of mashed potatoes, spicy meatballs, a creamy gravy and sourly tasting.
En creamy gravy? Dere vil ikke vite hva den kremete gravyen er. Og for det klumper i melka. Den gikk ut 1.12.2021, ja. Da skal den være god enda.
Swedes also love kanelbulle, the cinnamon
kanelbulle
bun. Danish people eat smørbrød, the
smørbrød. Jeg er fra smørbrød.
Norwegians eat waffler in the afternoon.
Nei, det gjør vi ikke.
Norwegians eat rotten fruit, Swedes rotten...
Hæ?
Norwegians eat more fish and Norway is more covered with mountains.
Veldig bra sagt.
6. Business.
Jonieboi tjener jævlig mye penger. Det burde være det første han sier.
Sweden can assemble and innovate.
Nei, ikke snakk om Sverige.
Hence we see IKEA, Volvo, Saab and Spotify, etc. They are neat, structured and effective.
Nei.
They also created some of the best musicians like ABBA and Avicii.
ABBA er som Abbash.
Danes are great at selling products and making good pastries. Hence we see
Æsj, det der er jo sad.
Danes are boisterous merchant and very good at
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
I think we take care of our people here well, and I mean, it's a welfare state.
Hva er Norge god på?
They have the best education system and probably the best quality of their manpower, making the best out of nowhere.
Norwegians are the explorer, the peasants.
Kaller du meg en peasant en gang?
People who enjoy being outside. Oh, I love being outdoor because I'm Norwegian.
Ja, det er det jeg sier. Å, jeg ønsker å være ute, for det er norsk. Men det er ikke kødd engang. Jeg pleier å gå en tur i skaven oppi her. Daglig ser jeg folk som begynner å løpe etter det. Det synes jeg er en jævlig gøy hobby. Det går noen alene i skogen der. Jeg er nesten 2 meter høy. Se for deg det her. Og du er en bitteliten person som går der alene, føler deg litt usikker, og tenker sånn, tenk om jeg blir drept i skogen. Så kommer det 2 meter høy mann kledd som det her. Begynner å løpe mot alt han kan. Det synes jeg er gøy da.
Humility, no nonsense attitude. Norway has so much oil and the multinational oil and gas company Equinor, formerly known as Statoil, is the largest company in Norway by revenue. There is very little corruption in...
La oss se hvor mye penger vi har i oljefondet i dag da. Det er litt penger det her.
Denmark has in fact been named as the least corrupt country in the world.
Ja, det dritbra.
In Denmark, it's relatively easy to get a job.
Derfor er det bare drittjobber der. Hei, vil du ha en jobb til å klippe eplestilk?
Somewhat more difficult to get an apartment. It's very expensive. In Norway, there are a lot of jobs, lots of housing there for the taking. The rents are insane, but are compensated by the...
Faen driver folk og danser midt i gata for? Det er helt sinnssyke i Danmark.
Bergen is by far the most beautiful Norwegian.
Det er faen meg Bergen! Jeg tror det var Danmark. Ja, bergensere er syke i hovedet.
The urban life in Copenhagen probably beats any other Scandinavian capital. And Denmark is the most liberal country of the three. Many people live in Sweden and work in Denmark.
Det sier jo litt av hvor drit det er å bo i Sverige.
Pays off to work in Denmark and use those in Sweden.
Faen om i Sweden som ble nevnt nå da. Hvor er Norway? Hold og velkommen da.
In Norway you get more salary than Denmark, but Norway is a very expensive country.
Sånne som jeg kjenner jo ikke på det. Kan kjøpe en bil uten å merke det.
Your buying power is less than Denmark. Cars cost a fortune.
Hva mener du med less?
Norwegians care deeply about the environment, and Norway is a leader in the race to adopt electric cars and has so many Teslas on the roads. Great to see. 7. Sports.
Norge.
The most popular winter sport in Norway is skiing.
Og vi er best.
In Sweden, it's ice hockey. While Danes stay indoors and play handball or badminton.
Pussies. Jeg tuller. Hvis det er noen danske folk som ser denne videoen, vil jeg bare si at du bør subscribe. Så jeg er med der, fremfor å være med Sverige.
Denmark also has the best national football team. Sweden is second, Norway third, and Finland fourth.
Hva faen skal det bety?
But Norway has an exciting team with big talents for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah. Haaland. Heskemasje.
Do you agree with these 4 rankings in football? Please comment below. 8. Nature and sights. Norway and Sweden are on another level than Denmark.
Norge er på et annet nivå.
When it comes to nature, a lot of beautiful unspoiled places. Denmark is more accessible to the rest of Europe. A few hours by car and you are in Paris. Okay, maybe a bit more, but you know what I mean. It's also a flat country with the highest mountain being 171 meters. Denmark still has a nice coast, many beaches and some charming islands. Sweden is a country vastly beautiful in its nature and a lot of wilderness. Norway has amazing mountains and world known for their epic fjords. If you like forest, Sweden. If you like mountains, Norway. If you like farms and fields, Denmark.
Norway and Sweden are also much colder than Denmark.
9. The people and their relation to each other.
Okay.
Swedes are as many as all the Danes and Norwegians combined, and they are also the biggest in size.
Størrelse har ingenting å si.
Danes are a bit more open to strangers. But once you get a foot inside, all Scandinavians are very heartwarming and welcoming. When it comes to languages, Danish and Norwegian are very similar.
Kødder du med livet mitt? Vi er ikke i nærheten av hverandre engang. Kommenter det i kommentarfeltet mitt. Norsk og dansk er ikke det samme.
Almost identical when it comes to vocabulary.
Ha det bra. Vi ses.
But they sound very different. Norwegian and Swedish are closer in terms of pronunciation, but the words differ. Let's imagine the Scandinavian languages as 3 sisters. And then there's Finland. Let's not mention them, the language is totally different. Anyway, Danish children are the worst. There are more occurrences of curling kids, extremely spoiled kids, than in the other countries, where children from an early age learn traditional virtues like cross-country skiing in Norway.
Jeg husker det når jeg var liten og onkel tok meg med på skitur alene i skogen. Vonde minner, vet du. Dritbratt bakke. Det gikk nesten rett ned. 100 meter frifall rett ned nesten. Han sa, Jonas, nå skal du lære deg ski. Så sa jeg nei, og så sparket han meg utfor. Jeg knakk alle beina i kroppen min. Men det er sånn det er i Norge.
Norway celebrates its national day with pride and traditional uniforms. Swedes celebrate too, but not on the same level.
Nei, de feirer ikke.
And Danes were too drunk to remember what happened.
Det er ikke bra med alkohol. Ikke alkohol. Kun saft.
Most of Danish people are also very political correct themselves.
I love my home country.
Nei, det er ikke lov å si.
When Stockholm started calling itself the capital of Scandinavia, Norwegians got...
Det er jo faen. ikke hovedstaden i Skandinavia.
Denmark and Sweden have historically had the most wars between each other, more than any other countries. But now Denmark and Sweden live peacefully side by side.
Inntil videre, sier vi bare.
The Norwegian royal family is originally from Denmark.
Det der, jeg bare later som at jeg ikke hørte det.
The Swedish is French, while the Danish is German. Our constant banter and bickering in the Scandinavian countries is just a sign of love.
Det er ikke lov.
If 10, mentality. I find
Norge.
Norwegians and Danes to be very alike in many ways. And I never met a Norwegian that I couldn't instantly talk with.
Jeg tror det stod fuck der. I never met a Norwegian that I couldn't instantly fuck with. Og det kan du faen ikke gjøre. Du kan ikke gå inn i Norge og instantly fucke noen.
Danes are better at talking to people they don't know, I would say. Those sweet.
Nei, sist jeg var i Danmark og spurte om veien til dere skulle. Det ble en albu. Uppercut. Nei, hva er veien til det?
Denmark is pretty much like the always smiling, beer drinking, laid back uncle that everybody gets along pretty okay with.
Men onkelen liker å ta på det.
Hygge is also so Swedes are a bit more private in general. They value relational integrity and may in general not have so many relations and deep conversations with people they don't know very well.
Det er fordi ingen vil være venner med dere.
Which country do you like the most? Norwegian.
No.
Ja, riktig.
Norway. And you're from Sweden? Yes.
Ja, riktig.
Have you been to Scandinavia? What's your favorite of the Scandinavian countries?
Norge. Vi fant ut av i den videoen her at Norge er det beste landet, ikke sant? Det håper jeg virkelig. Se på meg. Norge er det beste landet. Hva vil du se i neste video? Skriv noe. Mest sannsynlig så lager jeg noe helt annet. Men vi snakkes i neste video. Subscribe til gamingkanalen min da. Ha det bra.